So I finally did it. After years of renting this lens, I decided it's time, and I finally bought it. Well, it wasn't quite that simple. Actually, I bought it twice. So here's the story. So as many of you probably know, especially those of you who use Canon, Canon released the 70 to 200 millimeter f2.8 version 3 L series lens last summer in June, I believe. And because it released the version 3 lens, the version 2 lens got a little bit cheaper. First, I contemplated buying the version 3 lens, but after thinking about it for a little while, I thought the differences were not significant enough for me to justify spending that much more for the newer version. But I'll get into the differences in a future video. When I was looking through Amazon in the past couple of weeks, I saw that the version 2 lens was selling for around $1,800 on average. But there was one seller that was supposedly selling a brand new version of this lens for $1,465. Except this was supposedly an international version of the lens, which means that it would come without the warranty that you would get when you buy a US version of the lens. It almost sounded too good to be true. If I was gonna get a lens for $400 less than it normally sells for, and it would pretty much still be brand new, I could sacrifice the warranty. I was a little bit skeptical, but I read the reviews, and all the reviews were pretty much really good reviews, with people saying, you know, there's no actual differences between the international version of the lens and the regular version of the lens that you would get, other than the warranty issue. With so many good reviews on this lens from this seller, I decided to go for it and make the purchase. But still, something deep inside me was saying, there's no way this is real. How could this one seller be selling the lens for almost $400 less than every other seller on Amazon? Even if it was an international version, the price difference was just too drastic. But I figured Amazon has a really good return policy, so in case this is somehow a scam, at least I'm protected by Amazon. So when the lens arrived, I was on the fence, pretty much right from the beginning. It came in a tiny package, and that's because the lens came without a box. That's red flag number one, and that made me question if I was getting a used lens. I examined the outside of the lens and that looked fine. There were no scratches on that part. But when I looked at the glass, I noticed that there was a huge particle of dust right in the middle of the lens, on the inside of the lens. Now, from an outsider's perspective, this might sound like first world problems, like, oh my gosh, you're complaining about a speck of dust. But when you're spending this much money that you've saved up for so long to buy a really expensive lens, you don't want that lens to come used and to come with a particle of dust that could potentially affect all of the photos that you take with that lens. Additionally, if you do upgrade in the future, it's going to be really hard for you to sell that lens to somebody else because of that giant dust particle in the middle. So it'll definitely affect your ability to sell it in the future. It became clear to me that this was, in fact, a used lens. And I have nothing against used lenses. If I wanted a used lens, I would have bought a used lens, and I would have probably bought it from someone I know, because I do know other photographers in the area. This would have given me the chance to look at the lens, examine it, decide if I really want to buy that lens, and if so, to pay that person directly for it. But selling a product on Amazon and claiming it is brand new, that's just not right. So I put in a request to return the lens. I got in touch with the seller, and the seller stated, "Many lenses come with dust particles directly from the manufacturer, which happens fairly often." Is that true? Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong here, but it seems to me that brand new lenses for over $1,000 shouldn't be coming with dust inside of them already. So I returned the lens 2 weeks ago, and USPS tracking shows that it was delivered and signed for. Amazon states that the refund should show up on my credit card 3 to 5 business days after I returned the item, but it has now been 2 weeks and I still have not been refunded. I don't know if it's laziness or malintention on the seller's end, but I'm still waiting to be reimbursed and I don't know why. Amazon recently sent a message to the seller and the seller responded, "Hello, we're searching for the package. We have not found it yet." Hello? You received the package 2 weeks ago. I can see in the tracking it was signed for. You guys got the package. So this story has no end to it right now, and I'm still waiting to be reimbursed. But what this taught me is that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true, unfortunately. And you should probably be hesitant if you see a lens being sold on Amazon for hundreds of dollars less than it is being sold by every other seller on Amazon. I mean, I was hesitant from the start, but I thought maybe I should give it a try anyway. So I ended up buying the lens at its regular price from Amazon from a different seller, and that lens arrived recently and it's perfectly fine, perfect condition, no dust, came in the box, all the things you want to get when you order a brand new product. I am happy to finally own it. I just wish I had bought it from that seller right from the start. Anyways, like this video if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. If I have any updates on the story, I'll post them in the description below. Till next time.